Okay, so let's go ahead and, since we couldn't get that idle pose to load, let's go ahead and we'll do a quick little hop. And then what we can do is we can use animation layers to create some embellishments on that hop. So, first thing I'm going to do is click right down here and open up my animation preferences. Make sure my timeline is set the way that I want it to. What was your playback?
It was at 30 frames a second for something idle.
Okay, well, we'll leave it at 24 frames per second right now. I just wanted to make sure we had real-time playback. And then the next thing that we want to do is the icon right next to it that turns on your auto key. And so anytime you change a value at a different point on your timeline, it'll automatically generate a new keyframe, like After Effects.
Okay, yeah,
does that make sense? So it's like you set a keyframe for the position, and then you go to like 1.5 seconds in the timeline, and you just like actually grab the asset.
They'll add a keyframe.
They'll add a keyframe. Mm-hmm. But awesome. It usually does like linearly stepped keyframes, and then you can go into like your graph editor, do like your easy eases and stuff like that. And so this functions very similarly.
Cool.
So right now I'm just going to come here, and that's a pelvis. I want to grab, all right, this control right here. So we're driving the right component to the rig. So I'm just going to right click on translate, come down and key selected so that I only key the translate. So we're not generating keys that are just going to make the graph editor messy and easy or harder to go through. So we'll set that key here. Now I have no idea what the timing's actually going to look like. I'm just kind of eyeballing it. All right. So we'll throw him up here like this, come back down. So we might make him land a little harder than have him jump up. And maybe right here we'll just key that back to 0. So now I will set the duration for my timeline to, I'll do 72. There we go. And so I think that should be 3 seconds long. So, woo, bloop, woo, bloop. Okay. And actually this is, I don't like the position of that keyframe. So I'd have to bring up the graph editor and move that around. And it looks like they changed where the graph editor is for me.
It's under Windows.
Do I need to go to animation?
No. Just Windows Animation Editor and graph editor.
I missed it. It's not just right there. So we'll come over here, just, grab these frames and just drag them over. Maybe about right there. I think that's on. Well, that's fine. We'll minimize that.
You might have to reposition your last keyframe to be 0. Oh, I guess it's good.
Okay, so right here, let's take that down just a little bit more. What we might need to do, I guess I can't just do a crappy animation. so it'll be moderately crappy, all right? So I'm going to also key the Z. Actually, you know what I should have done? I should come over here and key the Z right there. And I want them to be just a little bit more balanced. I'm going to rotate it, not translate it. So, okay, so we will key rotate X.
When you do that, does it only key that particular frame every time you move it? Or if you say key translate Y and rotate X, anytime you move those two, it keys those?
Anything that's keyed, it's going to auto key.
Oh, okay.
Unless you turn the auto key option off.
Okay. I didn't know if you had to select, just have it selected and it would do it, but okay, that makes sense.
And so now I'm going to come right here, and I'll go ahead and hit key selected again. So basically, it's going to lock us into this rotational position from here to here, so that when we come back up to this frame, I'll just set that back to woo. maybe here we'll rotate it back up just a little bit more. And, and I could go in and rotate his spine and get kind of like a little counter curve and stuff going on. But so that's a general gist. So, I could futz with the timing and stuff. But right over here where you actually have the layers set up, and let's see, looks like Robin has animation controls on the different layers. Now, do you know how to turn those animation controls off, like all in one fell swoop?
Yeah, we can do show and nerve
just
curves.
Just wanted to make sure.
I think
So,
that was the last one.
Now we're going to come over here and we're going to click on the next tab, which is animation. All right. So this is like geometry layers, and so right over here we have animation layers. And so when you come over to animation layer, give me just a second. It's been a little while since I've used this. I can't remember exactly how it functions. So I think we just create, the new layer right here. Create from selected.
Would the previous animation already be on an animation layer?
Yeah, it actually created the base animation layer.
Awesome.
Right here. And so now we can come to this new animation layer. So you see the base animation layer has the keyframes right here along the bottom. So now we can come up to the new animation layer. And what I'll do is, like, I'm going to take both of these and I'm just going to press S. And so that's for set keyframe, but you see that it keyed all 3 of these positions. Do you remember that 10 was our low point, right?
I think so.
So now what I can do is, on this animation layer, start to, do some other stuff. So come right back over here. Let's key the foot controls on the, I think it's going to be rotate Y. So we'll key those. So when he squats down, let's rotate them out just a hair. And actually, I'm going to bring the knee targets back in just a little bit more. Sorry, I'm just going to play around with this real fast to see. See what she has going on right here. Okay. So now on both feet, see, that was a roll, right? So right on both feet, we'll go ahead and key those. So down in here, I can take the roll. And so, he kind of goes up like this. And then the second his position starts to go back up, we'll take that roll, we'll slap it back down to 0 because he's, boom, see how that kind of leads? Nice. And kind of help pop him up in the air. So is this making sense?
Yeah.
So I don't need to animate like the follow through or anything like that. Like, this is enough. But so what this is now is this is an embellishment on top of the original animation. And I can actually go back into, this upper body control, and I can add new keyframes. And then what the new keyframes will be is it's kind of almost like a multiplier.
Okay.
On top of whatever you were doing before. But to a certain, maybe I shouldn't call it a multiplier, because it doesn't just multiply the value. You can actually kind of counter animate stuff as well, but it's like extra on top of.
Okay.
So, but what I can also do is I can come in here and I can turn off that animation layer. Mute layer. I should have. It should have turned off the feet. Unless I'm not in. I animated on that layer, didn't I?
I think you did.
Solo layer.
If you mute the first one, what would that do?
I don't think you can mute the first one.
Or anything, add another animation layer and just have the arms go forward.
Okay.
Just super quick, and then lock the other twos.
All right. So anyway, I'll come here and this is feet _ knees, and then we'll do arms right here for this layer, and so
this should make it a lot easier for you to have more control.
Yeah. And you can animate a lot more organically. So you can think about it like when you're doing 2D animation, where you animate the pelvis pass, then you go back in and you animate the pass, then you go back in and so literally I'm working on different layers like in Flash or whatever program.
Mm-hmm.
And so in a way it's kind of like that. So you could actually animate each piece of the animation on its own respective layer.
That's awesome.
So I'm just going to is that not keying? Wait, those aren't locked. Oh, okay. I think it's the layer that I created. I think I just created an empty animation layer, so I need to actually.
Oh, so you did it on the original animation?
So now this should be part of that layer. So let's come over here. Let's key those. Yeah, see, so that took. And then right here, bring this up and down. I'm totally breaking your character's design, which is a good thing because maybe you need to address that. And it just means more work for Robin. So Robin, if you're listening, you can thank me later. So
that's okay, because I would never go that far back.
What if I was animating it?
And then you would rotate the shoulder piece.
So did I not? Oopsicle. Okay, I didn't. Okay, I didn't key those. And why do I need to add these? Add selected object. Okay, now it should be keyable. Sorry, like I said, it's been a little while since I've animated. Animated a character in my.
So what was it that you just did? You just keyed
I had
those
forgot
in?
when I created this new layer. I had only put this control handle in that layer.
Okay,
Yeah.
and so in order to add the other one, you have to.
So I had it selected, then I just right clicked on the layer, and I just added the selected object, just exactly the same as with geometry based layers.
I like assigning textures or whatnot.
So, just want to see what this does. Is this a handle?
Yeah.
So is there only one axis that rotates on?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll add this one to that layer as well, so that I can key that. And then right here, we'll rotate it down like that. All right, so maybe what I'll do is now. So, oh, what did I not have keyed? What did I not have keyed right there?
Where you only did the beginning part and the end part. You need to get the bottom part too, right?
No, I thought I had the arm back here like this. I wanted to have him throw his arm.
Oh, up.
Yeah, and so he can all lead with his arm. So this might be a good place to use FK, IK toggle switch.
Oh, and just to clarify, if you're animating the rig for the game, the main control at the base of the model would go up instead of moving the entire model up.
Okay.
I'm just laying.
Yeah, and well, the reason why I'm just being lazy and so it keeps the feet pointing.
Yeah, I totally get it. There's another thing you told me about, that was the IK-FK animation as well. Is that all you have to do? Like, you just key it, and then, like, you key one part to
Should
0?
be, yeah. So it looks like, so is that the toggle switch? Yeah, so it should just be a binary switch. So it's like if you toggle it to 0, it should turn it off. And so then what'll happen is it will, you rotate like from the shoulder, and then you rotate the lower arm, then you rotate the wrist, as opposed to letting the wrist be what drives the animation.
Yeah. The IK switch.
So. Sucks. But anyway, you get the idea. And then I think now we can mute the layer right there. And so now that the layer is muted,
Oh, wow.
that animation doesn't do anything. I just don't know why.
That out the window.
Yeah, I probably didn't do it. Didn't set it up quite correctly.
Well, I don't think you had selected those feet for that layer.
And that it might have been on the base animation layer when I animated the feet or something. Because,
But we saw it working with the arm, and that's mainly what we needed to see. Awesome.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense to me. If anyone has questions, let me know, so then I can ask Brother Bagelin or help you figure it out.
Oh, you're talking to them.
Yeah.
Okay, you're making eye contact with me, so I didn't know what was going on. All right. Peace. We love you all.
Good luck.
You're handsome people, all of you.
Including the woman.
Yes, especially the women.